Week 16 in the USL Championship starts tonight from Cashman Field in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the Las Vegas Lights playing host to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Tonight's broadcast is presented by LiUNA 872 Laborers Union with the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. A look at the standings presented by La Bonita. Right now, Las Vegas Lights come in 10th spot, but 3 points can move them above the playoff line, while Colorado Springs are trying to get a little bit closer to the top of the standings. Last time out for the Las Vegas Lights on Friday night against Loudoun. There was a weather delay, but the goalkeepers were the busy ones in this one.
Yeah, some brilliant goalkeeping. There were a couple of goals here. Lovely little back heel coming from Solo Asante. But what about the strike from Coleman Gannon right in the top corner? And then Tommy McKay would maybe even score a better goal. How was this for a volley in the top corner again? And in between that, the goalkeepers with a bunch of brilliant saves.
A point apiece on Friday, and Valentin Noel, the midfielder for Las Vegas, he has been the one to get things going in the attack this year.
Yeah, look at that, 6 goals and 2 assists. Now playing more of a defensive midfield role. So that sort of attacking talent deep. Last goal was against Miami a couple of games ago. So wonderful player going forward if they need him.
A short turnaround from the game on Friday and travel, so it's 2 changes tonight for Dennis Sanchez in Las Vegas.
Yep. 2 changes it is. Azcona comes in, and so does Pinzon. Out goes Garcia and Solo Asante. And Smart moves to right back. Hafferty to centre back. And by the way, new signing Andre Fortune on the bench.
For the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, they have been in great form. They started the season 0-5. They are 8 games unbeaten since.
Yeah, 2 goals for Hoske Hanya here and Malik Foster. This is Hanya about to score his second, brings it inside, little half volley. Malik Foster also absolutely brilliant. Jairo Enriquez sets him up, but he just bends it into that far corner. Fantastic performance by Colorado Springs Switchbacks to beat Orange County.
And speaking of Jairo Enriquez, he is our player to watch, the midfielder for Colorado Springs, trying to get this attack going tonight.
Yeah, got that 1 assist for Foster in the last match against Orange County. Scored for his country, El Salvador. Last year got 6 goals, so wonderful, creative player, and occasionally a good goal scorer.
For James Chambers and the Switchbacks, it is 5 changes after a bit of a shorter turnaround from Saturday.
Yeah, just to tell you, Duke Laquazian, Jairo Enriquez, Jonas Fjellberg, Juan Tejada, and Quincy Huerman in a 4-3-3 shape.
So that's what it looks like tonight for the Switchbacks. We are building you up to some Tuesday night action in the USL Championship. It's Las Vegas Lights and Colorado Springs will have kickoff on ESPN Plus coming up next.
Hey, bud. This doing nothing all day isn't good.
You should be out making friends.
Lots of friends.
Why? Huh? Because I'm not enough? By myself? Because you would love me more if I was always bringing over new money friends?
Yes.
It's called earning dividends, dear.
Get your money working with amazing certificate rates now at AmericaFirst.com. Desert Radiology is the area's chief resource for the highest quality medical imaging and diagnostic care. We're proud to offer 11 conveniently located imaging centers across the valley. As a member of the community for over 50 years, Desert Radiology is proud to be the official imaging partner of the Las Vegas Lights. To learn more, visit desertrad.com. That's desertrad.com. Let's go Lights!
Mi raza bonita, desde 1991 hemos compartido nuestras tradiciones mexicanas. Desde muy temprano, nuestros panaderos empiezan a elaborar los bolillos y el pan dulce. Y las tortillas todos los días salen calientitas. Le digo algo, mi raza bonita, lo que está hecho en La Bonita, está hecho en Las Vegas.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by LiUNA 872, by Great Clips, and by Nevada Donor Network. Ready for kickoff tonight from Cashman Field in Las Vegas, Nevada. Temperature at 86 degrees. One of the longest days of the year. The summer solstice coming up this week. The sun is still out and shining as we are closing in on kickoff tonight. Las Vegas in all black, and there are the kits of Colorado Springs, the blue tops and white shorts. For the referees to come onto the field and get us underway. Our referee tonight will be Eligio Areguin when we are set to go. We're hearing there is a bigger hole than there should be in the net, so they're using the zip ties to close that up, which is the reason for the delay. And here is the reason. Shooting practice got a little bit too wild, apparently, during warm-ups. So we wait.
Well, it's an important game, so they need to take their time, make sure that everything is the way it should be. Just wonder why they didn't check it a little bit earlier on, as opposed to just before kickoff. But it's 10th against 4th, and yet there's only 4 points separating these two teams. And I think that's a feature of the West in particular, just how close the USL Championship has been. We saw Monterey Bay were 3rd going into the weekend. I think they're now 7th. To drop that quickly, and the converse applies. If Las Vegas Lights get a win here, they will go into a playoff position. And if Colorado Springs get a win, they will go 2 points off top place New Mexico. So there's a hell of a lot to play for in this match.
Yeah, 5 points from 3rd to 10th right now. And Dennis Sanchez, you see him there, trying to get this game underway first of all, but you see that big hole there. It is, that needs to be closed up. Get the zip ties out, we'll be good to go.
And it's two teams in, I won't say opposite directions, but certainly the Switchbacks under James Chambers have bounced back in just brilliant style. 6 wins and 2 draws in the last 8, and that was after they lost their first 5. And again, if they win, they go 2 points behind the first place. So incredible turnaround, and great credit to James Chambers. And for Dennis Sanchez, I think they're turning the corner. Unbeaten in 5 of their last 6. I mean, you could flip it and say they've only won 1 in 10, but I prefer to look at unbeaten in 5 of the last 6 because they've played well. They look like a good side. They look like they're coming together. Valentin Noel and JC Ngando in midfield, just super talented. So I think it's setting us up for a great match tonight.
Standalone fixture tonight in the USL Championship to open up week 16 in the league. There's the whistle, and away we go. It's the Las Vegas Lights and the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, and right off the opening kickoff, the Switchbacks go for goal, and it sails just wide. So they were waiting an extra few minutes just for that, and it wasn't that far off. Win it back in a good area, looking for Juan Tejada. Now laying this off for another shot from distance, and 2 shots in 24 seconds. The Switchbacks came out ready to go tonight.
Oh, they certainly did, but it would take more than a 60-yard effort from the opposing half to beat Nick Amata. He was absolutely brilliant. James Chambers will know how good this Las Vegas Lights goalkeeper was against Loudon. So many saves. I think in total he had 8 saves, but I would guess 3 or 4 of those would be, you know, up for perhaps save of the week. That's how fantastic the Swiss goalkeeper was for the Lights against Loudon.
Officially 7 saves on the night, but he played a massive part. And we were talking about this before the game. He wasn't the #1 to start the season. He wasn't really the #2 to start this season. He was the 3rd goalkeeper to play this year for Las Vegas. But boys, he filled in very nicely. And we did that game against LAFC where he gets thrown into the fire, made some massive saves in that game, ended up losing 3-1 in the US Open Cup. He has filled in very nicely for Austin Rommel and Raiko Rosarena. A little bit, lots of days ago, playing out for the back here of the Lights.
Hey, Dennis Sanchez saying of his goalkeeper, we expect goalkeepers to make good saves. And I thought, well, give him a bit more credit. And he went on to say, but he did have an incredible night. Thing is, as with all goalkeepers, it's about consistency, doing it week in and week out. Or in this case, twice a week.
Yeah. A quick turnaround for Colorado Springs. They played home to Orange County on Saturday. And what some are calling potentially the game of the year so far, a 4-2 win against Orange County. Hania and Foster scoring the goals on the night. Both players with a brace. That's a foul on the goalkeeper. It'll be a free kick going back the other way. Time to take a look at tonight's keys to the game. They're brought to you by Silver State Schools Credit Union.
For Las Vegas, use the extra energy that they've got because they had an extra day's rest. They played Friday, Colorado Springs Saturday. They want to control space, move the ball around, make sure that Colorado Springs have to run around and try and get the ball. For Colorado Springs, more balls into the box, which is what James Chambers said to us before the Orange County match. I think it still applies because against Orange County, they got balls in the box, and Hosker Hania and Malik Foster took those opportunities absolutely brilliantly, as you say. An incredible game. They got balls in, and they went from being the lowest scorers, the joint lowest scorers in the West, going into the Orange County match. Now they're up alongside the sort of middle goal scorers. But balls into the box is what Colorado Springs are looking for.
Orange County, one of the best defensive teams in the USL Championship. In Las Vegas, over their last 4 games, they've only conceded 3 goals. That includes a clean sheet against Phoenix here at home in the 0-0 draw. Starting to clean things up in that area of the fields.
As amazing as Colorado Springs match was against Orange County, Las Vegas last match against Loudon, 37 total shots from both sides with 15 on target. And as we said in the opening, yes, it was a 1-1 draw, but for brilliant goalkeeping from both goalkeepers, it could easily have been 4-4 or 5-5.
The injury report is presented by Desert Radiology. Samake, he is out for the season. Alba and Aguilar are also out for tonight's game. Nobody reported for Colorado Springs coming into play tonight. Big blow, losing also Samake for the season. He's taken off early in that game against the Tampa Bay Rowdies a few weeks back, and he will not be back this year for Las Vegas. He's been a very versatile player. He can play on the front line, on the back line, and they'll have to fill in for his absence for the remainder of the year now. Santos looking to throw this back in play. His first year with Colorado Springs after spending last year with Loudon. Pierre looking over the top, nothing doing. Something to watch tonight for Las Vegas. Maybe not their 2 regular center backs getting the start here tonight, as this is played over the top and just too far out of the reach of Enriquez. Looks like it's Hafferty and Howell who are getting the start at center back, with Clementa, Garcia, Sargis all on the bench tonight for Dennis Sanchez.
Well, Hafferty did well last match away at Loudon, and we've seen Sean Smart in the right back position before.
And a bad giveaway here. Quick shot is off the post and in. It all went wrong for the Las Vegas Lights. It's Kenzie Herman to open the scoring inside of 6 minutes.
Didn't he take that ball well, that goal well? He hits it, strikes it in off the post, and that gives Nick Amateur absolutely no chance whatsoever. But there's a turnover ball. You've got to be so careful playing out the back there. That's Ngando trying to play it to Noel, doesn't get there, but straight away the ball gets played to Kenzie Herman. He tucks it in here off the post. You can see Nick Amateur trying to get there, but the ball's hit too well. The goalkeeper's way off getting there. Good finish from this young Frenchman, 22 years of age, and they go on, don't they, Colorado Springs? Their good run continues.
It is Herman's first pro goal, the product out of France, who played his college soccer at Seton Hall and then North Carolina. Was the USL League Two South Central Division Player of the Year with Asheville City. And now getting his first goal in the USL Championship for the Switchbacks tonight. And And not the start that Las Vegas was looking for. That's when playing it out of the back goes wrong. And it went wrong for the Las Vegas Lights.
And it's something that I'm not a big fan of, this playing out of the box in tight spaces. A lot of coaches believe it's, you know, you might get caught occasionally, but it's worth it in the long run. Yeah, you want to play halfway in your half, it's one thing, but inside your box, playing balls out to the edge of the box. And having said that, good high pressing from Colorado Springs to get that ball overturned and get in a shot which turns out to be a great shot there from Eman.
Last time out for Las Vegas, it was a Coleman Gannon goal in the 2nd minute. Tonight, they concede one very early on, officially in the 7th minute. Corey Bennett, 2 hands right through the back, and a yellow card is given to Koa Santos. An early yellow card as well.
Yeah, and it's a bad yellow card to get. Said time and time again, if you're going to pick up a yellow, it's because someone's running in the box and you block them. But that's just unnecessary. It's clumsy, you know. And to be fair to Corey Bennett, he actually steps in front of him to some degree. He sees it coming and he almost plays for the foul. So maybe I'm being a bit too harsh on Koa Santos. Maybe just credit to Corey Bennett for being sly there. But nonetheless, you're trying to avoid those situations as a defender early on in a match.
Santos, a former teammate of Corey Bennett at Charlotte Independence, where Santos spent 1 year on loan from Charlotte FC. Now Nigro will stand over this set piece for Las Vegas. Looking to play it out wide. Smart down the line. Gannon for Noel. Able to find an outlet. Pinzon. And the square ball for Azcona. We'll switch the point of attack for Coleman Gannon. Pinzon, who's been battling injuries this year. This is his 3rd appearance of the season, his 1st start for the Las Vegas Lights tonight. Cross looking into the middle for Corey Bennett. It's a Las Vegas team that hasn't necessarily played with a target striker for much of this season. It's been sometimes a false 9. Alba's gotten the start up there. He's out tonight. It's been Corey Bennett as of late after his brace against Miami a couple weeks ago. Here's Nigro. JC Ngando driving forward again. Ngando still coming in. He goes to ground. Ball bobbling around and eventually out for a corner kick.
Good play from Ngando there. He seemed to have got past his defender, then just couldn't get rid of couldn't get the ball in. Have a look here. He runs with it. Gets past, I'm thinking cross, and he just waits a little bit too long, and that allows Koa Santos to make the tackle. Coleman Gannon's half the size of Christian Herrera there, so I don't know why the referee's trying to separate them.
It's an in-swinger, played to the back post. Herrera must have gotten something on that. Tracked down by Sean Smart. It's the top of the area, Ngando, who lifts it in. The heads go up. Howell was still up there. Pinzon defended by the striker and Tejada. And Tejada does well. It's out for another corner.
Yeah, good pressure from the home side. Clever around the box. Quick corner being taken here.
They put it in the box into a good area as Kona tries to lay this off. Shot from distance, touched over the bar. Herrera got something on it, and a 3rd corner coming for the Lights.
Good save from the big goalkeeper. He's made some important saves and is part of their good run recently. But have a look as the ball comes back. Decent strike from Sean Smart. It's at the goalkeeper, more or less, so you don't have to go left or right, just got to go up, and he's tall enough to tip it over.
Pinzon again will go near post, looking for the flick. Volley brought down, touched out wide for Azcona. Azcona's shot blocked. Pinzon feeling some contact. It looked like he was going to ground anyway. He's staying down. And now the whistle comes for the foul against JC Ngando. They can check on Christian Pinzon, who is down.
Oh, he's up now. Didn't get the free kick, so let's just see how much contact there is. There's not much contact, is there? There's a bump. There's a coming together of legs there, but I think he already lost the ball. Pinzon.
The fast start came from Colorado Springs. Remember, they took a shot from the opening kickoff. Another shot just a few seconds after that, and then the giveaway playing out of the back. That's what has gotten the Switchbacks on the board first tonight. Fjellberg. Tejada centrally, has other runners through the middle. Gets all the way to the end line, cuts it back for Tejada. The shot on the turn. That ball go out of play. What's the decision going to be? It's a corner kick given to Colorado Springs.
Okay, good play from Colorado Springs on that left-hand side. Getting past players, getting balls pulled back, causing all sorts of problems for the Las Vegas defense.
Kenzie Herman, fresh off his first pro goal. Come over to take this corner kick. Play it in short. Looking for a chance to cross. Locked down. Lacroix. Now he might be caught out. Recovered well, puts it out for a throw-in.
It's a bit of a waste of a set piece. You get a corner, if you're going to play it short, that's great, but then get the ball in the box. All your center backs have pushed up. Everyone's out of position, and then you lose possession from a corner.
Zone. Quick chat with Eligio Areguin, our referee tonight. Nigro looking to come centrally. Good first touch. And now trying to play it through. It was just behind Corey Bennett. Herrera comes sliding in to claim it.
He's been doing well. Christian Herrera, 4 clean sheets in his last 7. As we said, an important part of this revitalized Colorado Springs side. 6 wins and 2 draws in their last 8. They've got to be the form side in the West, and probably in the entire USL Championship. And again, great credit to James Chambers after that early run of 5 straight defeats.
As a first-time head coach, that can be difficult to try to bounce back from as this cross comes in. Looking for Azcona, and he's the one to commit the foul. You lose your first 5 games as a head coach, you're saying, maybe I'm not cut out for this, maybe this isn't for me. But then all of a sudden they turn it around just like that. You see the foul on Azcona. Now they're right back in the thick of things in the Western Conference.
They certainly are. They didn't deserve, he said, to lose their first 2 games. They had a red card in the second match against Detroit City. Then they had a bunch of really good teams to play one after the other, like Sac Republic, San Antonio. And he said, you know, we just never got ourselves going because we were up against such good opposition. But since then, 6 wins, 2 draws, 1-0 up here. And as we said earlier, a win here would see them just 2 points behind New Mexico at the top of the table.
It's interesting there's no Matt Real in the starting lineup tonight for Colorado Springs. James Chambers, when we asked him about it, said he's basically been the guy that has been in there for every one of our wins. I went back and fact-checked. He's 6-0-1. 1 draw, 6 wins when he has been in the lineup. He made his debut for Colorado Springs against Indy 11, which was the game that James Chambers said was the turning point. Wahab Akwe picked up a red card in the 60th minute. And they had to go that final half hour trying to hold on to a result. They did, and that was, I guess, the result to spark what has been a great turnaround. And now they force another turnover out of Las Vegas. Vegas might need to have a think about what they're doing here, playing out of the back.
Yeah, that was Malik Howell who was put under pressure. The goal came when JC Ngundo tried to play out of the back. But I think give Colorado Springs credit with this high press. They're really, we're talking about energy being on Las Vegas' side potentially because they had the extra day's rest. It's been the other way from the start. The Switchbacks have come flying out at Vegas, and certainly James Chambers and his coaching staff must be very happy with the start to this match.
Last corner kick they played short. They might decide to send this one in. Kenzie Armand. Armand delivers towards that near post. The flick sends it out of play, and they'll do it again. Another out-swinging ball, this time headed away by Hafferty. He's chasing after it as it hits the turf. And it's a foul against Armand.
One thing we've got to mention as well for Colorado Springs is the players who caused so much damage against Orange County are both on the bench. Yoskar Hanya got 2 goals, Malik Foster 2, and both of them scoring cracking goals, brilliant strikes. And they've got Ronaldo Damas, of course, who's their top goal scorer with 6. So their front 3 are all on the bench ready to come on if needed. It makes this Colorado Springs Switchbacks outfit really powerful when you've got those players on the bench.
And yet they still lead by a goal to 0.
And as you mentioned, they have Matt Real on the bench, and he's never lost, so you can always throw him on if you're losing to get a result. And Zach Zandi's there as well, and Wahab Akwe. So wow, some real potent subs. We no doubt we'll see quite a few of them in the second half.
I asked the question about Matt Real, and I said, didn't you play with him back with Bethlehem Steel? And he said, wow, that was a long time ago, but yes.
That's right, he said it was a different life. I think that's the stress of being a coach. You forget your playing days very quickly.
Moving out to the mountains in Colorado Springs, as opposed to more the city life in Philadelphia.
Talking about subs, of course, Las Vegas Lights, we mentioned it very briefly. The new signing, Andre Fortune, Trinidad and Tobago international, has been playing in Estonia for the last 3 seasons. He's on the bench. Charlie Adams, who missed the last match. Solo Asante, of course. So, in fairness to Las Vegas, they've got a few heavy hitters they can bring on as well.
It's always interesting to see how teams approach midweek fixtures. Game up next for Colorado Springs, another away game against New Mexico United, which is going to be a testy fixture for the Switchbacks going on the road to the Lab. As for Las Vegas, they have another home match. They'll take on Memphis on the weekend. And even with the travel, Dennis Sanchez says we want to make Colorado Springs feel like they played a day sooner than us, which they did. They played Saturday, and Vegas played on Friday, even though it was on the East Coast. Tejada, and there's Azcona. He uses his body to keep possession, and he does. Nigro upended by Armand, and straight to the pocket. It's a yellow card for the goal scorer.
straight away. He goes to check on Nigro to make sure he's okay. It's good sportsmanship there, even though he's picked up the yellow card. Nigro plays it. He just follows you with the left foot. The right foot's there to block the ball, but watch the left come through there. You don't need to do that. You've got your right foot in front trying to block the ball. You don't need to follow through with the left. And exactly the same with Koa Santos. You got a yellow card early on that you could have avoided. And it's not a shrewd move, and certainly if you get a second yellow, we'll come back to that moment and say, you see. But you put yourself in a very tricky situation, and don't forget the opposition will notice it, and they might start targeting you, running at you, and because they know you can't afford to make a lunging tackle in case you pick up the second yellow.
Could be soccer's version of a Gordie Howe hat trick. A yellow card instead of a fight, and then a goal and an assist. This one is deflected out of play, and it's a corner kick on the way for Las Vegas. I know you're a big Gordie Howe guy, right?
I'll take your word for it.
Okay, deal.
I mean, that's part of the game. If someone's in a yellow, you target them. And now on that side, that left side, you've got both Koa Santos and Kenzie Ehrman both on yellows. So you would think they would want to bomb down Las Vegas's left, the right side of Colorado Springs, and attack those two players. See what happens.
Quick chat before the corner kick. Roca and Hafferty. Looks like we're good to go. An out-swinging ball from the far corner towards that near post, looking for the flick. It came all the way through. Herman was able to help it on its way, and then he clears it out towards midfield. It's a foot race for this that Amateur will get to. Las Vegas just seems a bit nervy on the ball, playing out of the back, at least to start this game.
Well, they've had two close encounters. One, Ngundo gets turnover ball trying to play to Noel, and they concede. And the second one was when Malik Howell got forced to push back and he gave away a corner. So, yeah, I think they've been burnt twice, and they're probably a little bit wary now of playing out the back.
In zone. Moves it out wide for Noel. Valentin Noel cuts it back, looking to just feather that through, and it came all the way through for Herrera.
It's not a bad player to have playing from a deeper position. Valentin Noel, 6 goals and 2 assists. And he's your number 6, or maybe your number 8 at times, but coming from deep midfield to add to all the other attacking prowess that Las Vegas Lights have.
Here come the switchbacks again. Lacroix to the end line, stands it up back post. Nigro. Another giveaway trying to play out, but switchbacks give it right back. And here's Corey Bennett. Nigro still making the run forward. Bennett wants to do it himself. Bennett weaving, still Corey Bennett. It's off the post, it stays out. The Lights still have it in. Valentin Noel. Boy, that almost hit both posts, but it stays out. And now a foul and a free kick on the way. It was all Corey Bennett.
It's great skills, isn't it? Because he comes inside once, comes out, goes back inside again, comes out again, touches it as the lunge comes in, and goes under the goalkeeper off the one post. So close. Delens Pierre there was just ready to try and kick the ball off the line if necessary. Look at it again, post. And you can't see Pierre there, just struggling to get it away. And that late, very lucky not to get a yellow card there, Fjellberg. It was a late tackle.
As Kona standing over this, a 4-man wall for the switchbacks in front of Christian Herrera. Usually they have Charlie Adams stand over this instead, as Kona goes right into the wall. Another chance to deliver. The heads go up. It's flicked away. Pinzon. Pinzon drives it through, and this one's tapped home. Joe Hafferty gets the goal for the Las Vegas Lights, and they have their equalizer.
Big credit there for Edison and for Christian Pinzon. Pinzon getting the ball knocked across. Lovely little bit of skill there. And finished off by Joe Hafferty. But look here, Pinzon, he's waiting. And he goes there and he gets that ball nice and early. A little bit of luck that it goes through all the way to Joe Hafferty. But you make your own luck when you take your player on, you get past him, you get that early cross in. And he gets it past Fjellberg, who's unable to do the defensive duties. 3 light blue shirts there, also couldn't reach it. But Hafferty in the right place at the right time. And Las Vegas really have something going now. We talked about it early on. They're a good side. They really can create and cause problems. Now they're back on level terms.
Lights goals are sponsored by America First Credit Union. 1-1 is the score for Joe Hafferty. It's his first goal in the USL Championship, his first goal in the Las Vegas Lights shirt. And the Lights are back on level terms.
You know, the Lights, the last 3 matches have been really playing some good football. You look at their expected goals, it's been round about the 2 mark in every game. At Loudon, it was 1.87, that's on the road. They beat Miami at home, 1.94. They drew with Phoenix at home, 0-0, but their expected goals was 2.14. That's an average in excess of 2 goals per game at home. It's good creativity. That shows you they have talent in so many places, and if they can just finish off more of those chances, there's no question that Las Vegas Lights are going to work their way up this table and up the standings in the West.
Yeah, they forced 10 saves out of Rocco Rios Novo in that 0-0 draw against Phoenix a few weeks back. That was the most saves since last season by a goalkeeper. It was, I believe, Jake McGuire, pardon me, for Miami FC.
Yeah, and Ugo Ferro in the last match against Loudon United, he had the match of his season. So it just shows you that they're testing goalkeepers, and I think Dennis Sanchez will look at that and go, we're not far away from being a top 8 side. We just need to, you know, get some more rhythm, get playing together. I think you and I were chatting beforehand. This team was put together in the space of a couple of weeks at the start of the season.
They basically had a month or so after Dennis Sanchez was hired at the end of January, beginning of February, before their first match. They played a few preseason matches, but this team has not really come together until mid-March, when the season had already been underway for a little bit. As this is turned over, it's Jairo Enriquez. He'll go for goal from distance! What a strike from Jairo Enriquez as the Switchbacks regain the lead.
That's a really good strike from a long way out. I'm just wondering if Nick Amateur had his angles right, though, because the defenders turned to look at him and they put their arms up as if, how did you get beat? And it was a long way out. So he wins it on the halfway line. Credit to Jairo Enriquez. Runs, hits it from 30 yards. At the near post, the goalkeeper's angle doesn't look 100% right. He's standing more towards the far post, and you can see Nigro's arms go straight up as if to say, goalkeeper, where were you? And I think ultimately that might go down as a goalkeeping error, but take nothing away from that man there. Jairo Enriquez got an assist with Foster last match and scored for his country, El Salvador, the week before, and now he's got one here against Las Vegas Lights.
Coming off a 6-goal season in 2023. I mentioned the assist. And now he gets his first goal. That goal for El Salvador came in World Cup qualifying against St. Vincent and the Grenadines in a 3-1 win for El Salvador. And now the Switchbacks have the lead right back. It did not take long. About 3 minutes in between the 2 goals for Las Vegas and the second for Colorado Springs.
We're just saying early on about goalkeeping and how brilliant Nick Amateur had been in his last couple of matches, and how goalkeeping so much about consistency, more so than probably any other position on the field. And got to say, there's some big question marks about that second goal. Difficult to see, but the players themselves and their reaction to the goalkeeper was, how did you get beat? And that often tells a story. So Nick Amateur from a brilliant game against Loudon, a couple of question marks in this match against Colorado Springs.
Again, it's turned over. Herman into the middle. Tejada was bouncing around, and eventually Las Vegas gets it out. And now they're looking to run. Get into a wide position for Coleman Gannon to run onto. Gannon keeps it in play, cuts it infield, goes for goal. The header is touched out of play, and a corner kick coming for Las Vegas. Boy, back and forth we go in this first half.
That's a cracking game. Coleman Gannon doing so well out there, fighting, battling. Went for the shot when there was a couple of options to cross the ball into the box, but they're going to get across now, I assume, from Pinzone if he puts the corner into the box.
Pinzone delivers. Tejada gets it away. When he makes so many changes, especially for Colorado Springs, 5 changes coming into play tonight. It's players that don't normally start, and they want to show the manager, hey, I want to be in the starting lineup a little bit more. And the Switchbacks are showing that to James Chambers tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it can go one of 2 ways. It can go that way, or it can be 5 players who don't link with each other because they haven't played together much, but it's going very much the first way. As you said, they have been pressing really well, putting the Las Vegas defense under all sorts of pressure and getting reward for it. And they've looked very impressive. Interesting, though, in chatting to James Chambers about the Orange County match, he said we fell asleep before half-time and just after half-time, and it cost us badly. Let's wait and see how they do before half-time here.
Gannon trying to cut it in. It was just touched away at the last moment. Sent over the top for Tejada to run onto. Amateur's there. He just gets it out of play however he can. Coming for Colorado Springs with 10 minutes to go until halftime. Fjeldberg tangled up for a moment. It's turned over, and Gondo. Too far for Pinzone. He couldn't get on the end of it. Speedy Williams, who was credited with the assist for the Switchbacks tonight. Speedy Williams gets it right back. Delivers off to the near side. Santos. Enriquez had it touched away and out for a throw-in. ESPN2 is the channel to watch on Saturday, June 22nd for a USL Championship doubleheader. Monterey Bay versus Oakland Roots in Game 1 at 6 p.m. Eastern, followed by Phoenix Rising taking on the Charleston Battery at 10 p.m. Eastern. A doubleheader coming your way this Saturday on ESPN2. Important games. The second one, of course, rematch of last year's USL Championship final, which went the way of Phoenix Rising. Charleston will be making the trip to Phoenix this time around. It's popped up into the air, but as Kona bit too physical, commits the foul.
He's got something to prove. Edison Azcona just got 29 minutes against Loudon. And so he gets a start here today. And I think you made the point, when the subs come on, or when there's rotations rather, the players that come on are looking to impress the manager and say, hey, I should be a regular starter. Or Edison Azcona is one of those who is looking to be picked every match, as is Corey Bennett, who I think has done really well since he's started as a 9. They've gone away from that false 9 with Noel up front, Valentin Noel, and instead they've dropped him deeper, and Corey Bennett, I think, does a really good job as a number 9.
Elberg taking off the ball. To your point on Azcona, coming off international duty with the Dominican Republic, played 84 minutes in the 4-0 win over the British Virgin Islands in World Cup qualifying, and also played 45 minutes against Jamaica in the 1-0 loss. There's a good chance we'll see Azcona this summer at the Olympics with the Dominican Republic. Should be quite the honor for Azcona and the Dominican Republic, able to participate in the Paris Olympics this summer. Here's Pinzon. Overlap from Nigro, who looks to turn the corner. Nigro fires it in. That had some pace behind it. It wasn't touched towards goal. And now the switchbacks can play out and trying to go quick over the top, but it's too close to Amater.
Oh, that cross from Nigro was flying. It's almost too quick for an attacker to respond. I mean, the idea is it's quick and makes it difficult for the defenders to respond, but it was flying and it was more like a shot than a cross. In the end, it gets cleared, but Nigro is impressed. And I think we watched him a little bit against LAFC in the Cup, and he was newish to the team and was settling in, but he seems to have grown into that left-back position, a cultured left foot. The Italian started off at Potenza in Italy, and it looks like he's a good prospect for Las Vegas Lights.
He'll be the one to throw it back in now for the Lights, as they look to respond once again in this first half. Smart moves it out wide. Chance to turn the corner and cross. It comes into a dangerous area and deflected out for yet another corner kick for Las Vegas. This is already their 6th corner of this first half.
There was some neat play down the right-hand side by Las Vegas Lights. They really are such a different team compared to last season. They've really surpassed wins from last season. They're looking an outfit that I think would be very comfortable in the playoffs if they can ensure that position.
Chipped in, back post, Howell! Trying to head it back across the face of goal, but just wide. A good look at net from close range for the center back.
It was a good chance, wasn't it? Ball in, he's got there, Malik Howell. He's got ahead of his marker, and once he's got there, just steady, gets in there, gets in front of his marker, and then just keep it on target. It just goes wide. There's no way Christian Herrera saves that if that header's on target. So big opportunity lost there to the Lights and Malik Howell.
Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
Well, it's the spirit of the match that James Chambers, the Colorado Springs coach, said his team switched off in the last match against Orange County and conceded, and again just after half-time. And he said, we need to be a lot sharper, so no doubt they would have watched the video. They'll know, probably be getting instructions from the touchline saying don't switch off, don't think of having a relaxing half-time break, just get the job done first.
Nigro trying to come in field for Corey Bennett. Ngando. Turned over. And here come the switchbacks. Trying to find Fjellberg on the far side and couldn't connect. Gando the switch of play. Pinzon.
Colorado Springs in quite a deep block here. Everybody behind the ball, everybody in their own half. Only now they're coming over the halfway line. Making it very difficult for Las Vegas, though. Not much space to play into when every single player of Switchbacks is in their own half.
Here's Howell. Again getting caught, but he gets away with it this time. Flicked over the top. Bennett trying to carry it with him. Again, it's Pinzon. Down the line for Valentin Noel, who sends it back post. Looking for Coleman Gannon. Headed away. And Gando just able to beat Tejada to it.
Nice little bit of play there, but when Noel puts the ball in, I'm thinking aim for Corey Bennett. Maybe he was trying to aim and he missed him. Coleman Gannon wouldn't be my first choice in the center of the box. Corey Bennett's much bigger and better in the air.
Gannon is in plenty of space, cutting it in. Coleman Gannon gets end line, puts it across. There was a few deflections in there. Bennett was closest to it, and it's another corner kick for Las Vegas.
How good is Coleman Gannon in these tight situations? Clever little feed, turns there, and he gets the cross in. Bennett at the near post just has his effort blocked. Coleman Gannon, really, really good technician when it comes to keeping the dribbling in close and tight situations.
Seventh corner kick is lifted in, headed away. And Gando, a whistle came before. A free kick back to Colorado Springs.
Is that Coa Santos complaining? He got punched in the back of the head by Christian Herrera. And they're having a few words between the two of them. Referee blew it up for a foul, but I didn't see much. So the goalkeeper comes, gets the punch, does the job, takes out a few of his own players in the process. Doesn't seem to be in too much of a hurry to get the match going.
All 6-6 of Christian Herrera. Sends it away. Long over the top. Herman is onto it. Head for Enriquez. Goal scored tonight as we enter 4 minutes of stoppage time. Gando trying to race away with it and plays it into space. Gannon onto it, has options centrally. Tries to cut it back for Corey Bennett. Another block in another corner. This is corner kick number 8 of the first half.
Yeah, Pinzon was at the far post as well. And yeah, Corey Bennett in the middle. If he could have just squared that ball, Coleman Gannon, they might have got something out of this, but he really is proving to be a handful on that right-hand side for Las Vegas Lights.
Pinzon once again. Lifted in, it's flicked across goal, tracked down by Noel. Valentin Noel right back into the mixer, appeals for handball, and now the referee will point to the spot. It is a penalty. He tried to have advantage play out. Once it didn't, he pointed to the spot.
Decision's been made by Elio Arreguin. They're trying to argue with him. And he saw what he saw, and he's given the penalty. Duke Lacroix a little bit frustrated. Yeah, you can see the right arm going up there from that header from Corey Bennett. There's the arm. Is it in an unnatural position? Yes, it's over his head. Was there a foul from Corey Bennett? don't know. And it's the goal scorer, Kenzie Eman, who's been accused of handball.
They've only had one penalty awarded this year, Las Vegas, and Corey Bennett was the one to score it against Miami. And now a chance to bring this back to level terms right before halftime. Herrera 1 for 2 in terms of saving penalties this year. See if he can come up with a second one here. Bennett trying to keep his good form going if he can convert from the spot. Now some jawing right at the top of the area. Part of the mind games.
Yeah, it's getting a bit niggly now, isn't it? Doesn't help Corey Bennett, and that's what they're trying to do, to slow things down, build up the pressure on Bennett.
Bennett just about ready. More jostling for position right at the top of the area. Herrera, an intimidating figure in that goal. All 6'6" of him up against Corey Bennett, who's trying to bring this game back to 2-2. That would have been quite the move there. Bennett backs away from it. Corey Bennett scores! Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and Las Vegas is back on level terms.
Yeah, good finish. Good celebration by the looks of it as well. He's got the power behind it. He sent the goalkeeper the wrong way, which is the most important part of it all. And I think he deserves that. He's the one who got the header. He's the one who won the penalty. Have a look. It's his header, Corey Bennett. Up he goes. He forces the handball from Kenzie Eman. And he steps up. And if you can go the opposite direction to the goalkeeper, then pretty much it's job done. And it was in the corner anyway. If you have a look at it, tucked right in the corner. And probably fair 2-2. It's been a fantastic first half. Both sides with probably equal number of opportunities. And 2-2 sounds like a pretty fair result for what we've seen so far.
Lights goals are sponsored by America First Credit Union. Third goal of the season for Corey Bennett. His first year in the USL Championship after 2 years in League One with Charlotte. Scored 11 goals in 2022, 6 in league play last season. Making the jump up, and he is enjoying a nice little run of form over these last 3 weeks. With Ricky Alba out of the lineup, it's been next man up into that striker role. And Bennett has put his foot down and said, I want to take it for myself. Can't be much time left in this first half now, past the minimum of 4. Maybe enough time for one more Lights attack. Gannon against Lacroix. Comes centrally for Nigro. Drops it off for Pinzon. Nigro. Out wide again for Gannon. Gannon driving in, trying to cut it in field. Fjellberg slowed his progress, and that is the last action of this first half. What a first half. Back and forth we've gone, and it's all there to play for in the second half.
It certainly is, James Chambers. Look, he's been in this situation against Orange County. They were 2-2 and went on to win 4-2, but he won't be happy about that penalty at the end, and no doubt Dennis Sanchez won't be happy about the goals his team gave away, so lots of discussion to be had in the locker room, but, well, it's been a treat so far from both sides.
The only game across the league on this Tuesday night, but it has been an enjoyable one through 45 minutes. Back and forth we go. Some good goals and a penalty at the end. Our score at the break, it's Las Vegas 2 and Colorado Springs 2. Stay with us for halftime.
Hey, bud. This doing nothing all day isn't good.
You should be out making friends.
Lots of friends.
Why? Huh? Because I'm not enough by myself? Because you would love me more if I was always bringing over new money friends?
Yes.
It's called earning dividends, dear.
Get your money working with amazing certificate rates now at AmericaFirst.com. Desert Radiology is the area's chief resource for the highest quality medical imaging and diagnostic care. We're proud to offer 11 conveniently located imaging centers across the valley. As a member of the community for over 50 years, Desert Radiology is proud to be the official imaging partner of the Las Vegas Lights. To learn more, visit desertrad.com. That's desertrad.com. Let's go Lights!
Mi raza bonita, desde 1991 hemos compartido nuestras tradiciones mexicanas. Desde muy temprano, nuestros panaderos empiezan a elaborar los bolillos y el pan dulce. Y las tortillas todos los días salen calientitas. Le digo algo, mi raza bonita, lo que está hecho en La Bonita, está hecho en Las Vegas.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by SNWA, by La Bonita, Silver State Schools Credit Union, and Comprehensive Cancer Centers. Tonight's halftime is presented by SNWA. Change your watering clock now to avoid costly water waste fines. Our score at the break, it's Las Vegas 2 and Colorado Springs 2. Let's look back at the week that was and the goal of the week nominees.
Is it somebody's birthday?
Alua's gonna bend this in. He's headed out of danger for now, but then it's volleyed by McCabe! Oh, it's magnificent!
Was in Ireland at Finn Harps last season.
Here's space for Hanya! What about that? Throws the ball into the mix. It's headed down, and it sits up for Bryce Jamieson, who hammers it in!
It's a good pass here to Armanakis. Tries it from distance, and it's in! Panos Armanakis!
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata! Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
You can see it in my eyes, only want the best. Rebounding every night, won't settle for less. Got me looking to the sky, got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Radiology is the area's chief resource for the highest quality medical imaging and diagnostic care. We're proud to offer 11 conveniently located imaging centers across the valley. As a member of the community for over 50 years, Desert Radiology is proud to be the official imaging partner of the Las Vegas Lights. To learn more, visit desertrad.com. That's desertrad.com. Let's go Lights!
Tonight's halftime is presented by SNWA. Change your watering clock now to avoid costly water waste fines. Our score at the break, it's Las Vegas 2 and Colorado Springs 2. Looking at news and notes from around the league. Univision and the USL announcing a partnership, going to be up to 20 matches, including the USL Championship final on Univision Networks for this year. FC Naples also coming into USL League One in that sweet new crest, and the doubleheader on ESPN2 coming this weekend. It's Monterey Bay and Oakland. It'll kick things off at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then Charleston and Phoenix will be the nightcap at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time for a doubleheader of USL Championship action. As for what is to come this weekend, well, there'll be a game on CBS Sports Network tomorrow night, and it's a good one. Pittsburgh against Louisville. Plenty of history in that matchup, and a couple of games on Golazo Network, and we mentioned the games on ESPN2 coming as well, but that's not all. There's always more in the USL. More games on the way. These 6, including that Phoenix and Charleston match, which will close out the weekend in the USL Championship, and it will be on ESPN2. What is to come for Las Vegas? This is presented by Advanced Imaging Solutions. One company, many solutions. Next 2 will be at home for the Lights, and then it's 3 straight on the road, including the game at the end of July against the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. So we are getting set for the second 45 minutes of action. It's Las Vegas 2 and Switchbacks 2. Second half is next.
As a Great Clips salon stylist, I love giving customers the look they want. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details, so it's one less thing for you to worry about. And when I see that confidence at the end of the cut, that's everything to me.
As a stylist, I know it can be hard to find time for a haircut. With the Great Clips app, you can put your name on the list from anywhere and head to the salon when it's time for your cut. A great haircut plus more time for what you love. That's Great Clips.
Let's redo the basement.
Hello, home movie theater.
Spare bedroom.
Why not both? Use the US Bank mobile app to apply for a home improvement loan. It's easy.
Wonderful, Alex.
Hey, that's what US Bank is for. Anything else?
How about a loan for a bigger car?
Our family is growing.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother's moving in with his 5 dogs.
Oh.
Hey-o!
And we're expecting.
Ah.
Expecting what?
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. US Bank. We'll get there together.
Zone slows it down. Ingondu! Oh, you're kidding!
Hernandez, saved by Solt. Zacharias drives one. Gillen, no. Petrovic saved off the line by Rios Novo.
Rodriguez signed to a player a week ago. A little hesitation. Stopped by Viniello. Oh, what
Halftime presented by SNWA. Change your watering clock now to avoid costly water waste fines. Lights 2, Switchbacks 2 at the break. Nearing the second 45 minutes tonight from Cashman Field. Looking at our highlights presented by Great Clips. When playing out of the back goes wrong, and it went very wrong for Las Vegas.
Didn't it? Pounced on by Kenzie Eman. Little ball from Speedy Williams, but Ngundo trying to play out the back and reach Noel. Just giving away possession right on the edge of their box, and it was very costly. Nigro with a decent ball in here, and just battling for it. A shot coming in from Sean Smart, just tipped over by Christian Herrera.
Las Vegas would try to get themselves back into this game. Herrera, a tough keeper to beat, but in the 26th minute, it would really start to turn it on, and Corey Bennett, he had himself quite a first half.
Yeah, little skills there, and he hits this one off the post, and it goes right across the goal. That was so close. He cuts in once, goes back, cuts in again, goes round the defender and under the goalkeeper. That is so unlucky. Deserved more.
It wouldn't take much longer for them to finally touch it past the line. Pinzon sets it all up, and Hafferty gets his first goal for Las Vegas.
Pinzon doing so well down there to get that ball in. And then a little bit fortunate to get through to Hafferty, but he tucks it away in style. Nicely created goal from Las Vegas Lights, and they really were good in so many ways. But Jairo Enriquez gets the ball, and this is a very strange one. He runs 30 yards, hits it from 30 yards, and the goalkeeper isn't in the position you expect him to be in, which is at his near post, and he can't get across to stop the ball going in the back of the net.
Then nearing halftime, the handball would lead to a penalty, and Corey Bennett would step up and take it eventually.
A little bit of words beforehand, some mental games, and Bennett sticks it one way, Christian Herrera goes the other. They're on level terms, which I think probably is what Las Vegas Lights deserve from this first half. They've had by far the better of the attacks. You can see from the shots anyway, there's more shots on target, there's 2/3 possession. And the one I like of always is expected goals, 1.45 for the home side and just 0.22 for the Switchbacks.
Las Vegas, the penalty will inflate that number a little bit, but as the stats show, presented by US Bank, they have had more of this game, including the possession that is well in their favor. Welcome you back to Cashman Field in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the Las Vegas Lights and the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Hearing Solomon Asante will be entering this game for Las Vegas coming up in this second half.
I wonder if it's for Pinzon out wide, but always lovely to see Solomon Asante. He's such a wonderful player, and maybe it's his more advanced years in football terms, he's not being used as frequently, but it's always wonderful to see him on the ball.
And it is indeed Pinzon coming out. Not quite 90 minutes fit yet, coming back from injury, just his third appearance of the season, but was able to make his first start of the season tonight. And Asante will don the captain's armband as well. Second half kickoff is presented by Comprehensive Cancer Centers. Kick cancer in Las Vegas for more than 40 years. Here's the whistle, and Corey Bennett gets us underway. 45 more minutes tonight from Cashman Field in Las Vegas. A 2-2 thriller so far, and we'll see where we go from here.
Well, the one place Colorado Springs don't want to go is what happened in the last match. They conceded 2 just after halftime. As we mentioned, they switched off according to their coach, James Chambers, just before the halftime whistle and just after. They don't want to concede 2 goals here after halftime, otherwise the coach is not going to be happy.
They've now conceded multiple goals for 2 straight games. They're going to look to score a little bit more here, as it's Fjellberg who sends it back post. Chance on the volley, It's spilled by Amateur, but he's able to hold on to it in the end.
Yeah, Amman doing quite well to make contact with that, but really wasn't too much of a test for Amateur. Of course, if they don't produce much in attack, the Switchbacks, and they have their normal front three, or I guess their first choice front three sitting on the bench. That's Hanya, Foster, and Ronaldo Damas. So good luck, Las Vegas Lights, if those three come on.
Switchback side, they've conceded 14 goals this year, but 9 of those 14 came in those first 5 games where they lost all 5. They have turned a corner, both with results and in performances. Their only loss is in the US Open Cup. They were on the road to NYCFC 2 and were not able to come away with the result on the night, losing 1-0 to the MLS Next Pro side. A whistle and a stoppage. And Howell is down.
Not sure what happened to him, but he seems to be up and about. Normally it's a hit in the head that the referee would stop the game for. They don't generally stop unless it's a head problem. He heads the ball away. Maybe he just didn't quite catch it right. It does seem to trying to focus his eyes a bit. And he gets asked a question by the medical staff if he's okay, and he seems to be nodding. There is Dennis Sanchez, done a really good job. We were talking again about how they've built this team up from nothing under Jose Bautista, the owner, former very famous baseball player, you're telling me?
Of course, Jose Bautista. Joey Bats taking over on January 16th. 15-year MLB player, 6-time All-Star. You can see the investment he's put into this team. By the way, that's presented by Desert Radiology. You can see the commitment on the footballing side here from Las Vegas. John Leonardo Neglia coming over from Venezia as well, the sporting director. Him alongside Dennis Sanchez building this team up from basically nothing. First signing was Charlie Adams, which was a pretty good one to start with. And it's gone from there.
Well, great credit to Jose Bautista for supporting other sports and supporting Las Vegas soccer, and really wish them well here. They're putting together a very good team under a very exciting young manager, Dennis Sanchez. I'd like to see more fans turn up at Cashman Field to support them, but I'm sure it'll happen once the results start coming.
Back for Amateur. Pick out a pass for Ngando. It's a foul as Hafferty is brought down. Free kick. Long over the top. Sante couldn't bring it down. Back for Herrera. Picks out a perfect pass to get the Switchbacks out of trouble. Speedy Williams. Duke Lacroix. Right through the middle for Tejada. Amateur, swing and a miss. But he got away with it. That's what you call a strike. Moved out wide. The cross trying to come back post, and Sean Smart will just nod it out of play. It's a corner kick on the way for the Switchbacks.
Is this the same goalkeeper that played against Loudoun United and was so brilliant, Amateur? Oh, you know what, to be fair, it hits a real bounce, real bobble there. That's not so much on the goalkeeper. Couldn't believe, because it was just so good. In this match, he's made a few decisions and maybe might be blamed for the second goal with his angles, but that one there, that was a genuine bounce in the pitch that bounced right up, and I guess in the end he did well just to get a boot to it.
Call it a foul tip. Just getting a piece of it. The outswinging ball flicked across towards the top of the area and out of play. What a chance there for Speedy Williams, putting his laces right through it.
Yeah, it absolutely flew. It wasn't on target, unfortunately, for Switchbacks, but the power was there.
Maybe another chance coming. Speedy Williams tries to play it ahead. Not a convincing clearance initially. Eventually, the Lights get it out. Right now, they are pinned in and struggling to get things in their control.
Once again, trying to play these little short balls in and around the edge of their box. It's risky football. I'm not so sure there's a reward enough reward that warrants it. Sometimes it's booted down the pitch, let Corey Bennett fight for it. And I think they smell the possibilities, do the Switchbacks, and they're hunting around the edge of the box, just looking for Las Vegas to try and play short balls in those dangerous areas.
Fjellberg weaving, now crossing. It'll find Santos on the far side. Enriquez chips it up. Tejada's up for it. Fjellberg again. Lacroix. Deflected cross comes right for Speedy Williams, who lays it off for Enriquez through traffic. Took a deflection. Malik Howell tracks it down and clears it away. This is put right into the path of Edison Azcona. Azcona going shoulder to shoulder. He was fouled, and it's a yellow card coming. Duke Lacroix looks like we'll get it here.
You know where that all comes from? Malik Howell, rather than trying to play out in his box, just boots it down the pitch. They don't defend properly. They have turnover ball. This has come from a long ball. And sometimes I think that's just the way to play out of the back. Just knock it long and see if you can pick up the pieces. They've won themselves a free kick in a great position here. They've got a player on a yellow card, Duke Lacroix, all because Malik Howell just knocked it long and looked for Corey Bennett in the process. I'm not saying you should do it every time, but this playing little short balls in your box has been very costly for Las Vegas Lights tonight.
Solomon Asante stands over it. It's a four-man wall for the Switchbacks. Asante takes it on, and it's much too tall.
Yeah, that's not the quality we expect from Solo Asante. Got to hit target there. At least force big Christian Herrera into some save, but just a waste of a good set piece.
Now maybe something on for Colorado Springs. Shot blocked. Lacroix picks it up. Duke Lacroix trying to cut it back. It was right out in front of Fjellberg. And the Lights can look upfield again as they prepare a couple of subs.
Yeah, there's so many good players. You mentioned first half that can come on. Charlie Adams, maybe in the midfield for Vegas. Andre Fortune, the new signing's another one. And for Colorado, Damas, Foster, Hanya, you can pick any of those to come on.
So two subs coming for Las Vegas. End of the night for both Sean Smart and Edison Azcona. It's Emerald Clementa entering alongside Andre Fortune, who will make his debut for the Las Vegas Lights. These subs are presented by Desert Radiology. Fortune, the former USL Championship player with both North Carolina and Memphis. Before that, played with Rochester. As you mentioned, last played in Estonia since 2022. Now linking up here with the Las Vegas Lights.
I'm assuming that Joe Hafferty will go to the right back position that Sean Smart had, and Clementa will come into his normal center back position.
Here's Ngando. Rafferty. And turned over. Tejada for Enriquez. Again, Enriquez weaving through. His pocket picked from behind by JC Ngando. Mahoney steps forward. Long service coming in. Fjellberg's header is looping over the bar.
Oh, he did well there, Fjellberg, to actually get on the end of that. Once he gets there, unable to hit target. Sort of timed it so well, got in front of Rafferty. I think you've done the hard work. Just keep the header down and make the goalkeeper work. Unfortunately for Jonas Fjellberg, the Norwegian not able to hit target.
eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Tangled up on the far side, and a foul as Nigro goes down. Man has to be careful on that yellow card. Open the scoring tonight for the Switchbacks in the 7th minute, or now officially the 6th minute. Nigro delivering much too far out in front of his intended targets.
Yeah, and Ngando come up on the sort of blind side there. No one had spotted him. He had his arm up, but the ball from Nigro just nowhere near. And Ngando, unfortunately, goes straight out. But for Las Vegas, I think they've had a decent game. And something Dennis Sanchez said to us, he said, you know, we've had some good performances, last 4 or 5 matches. Now we need to turn them into wins. He said, we've got to just find that little bit of professionalism, that if you're on top of a team and certainly expect a goal, suggest they've been on top here in this match, that they finished the game off. And let's see if they're able to do that in this last third of the game.
Nigro progressing. Noel, a missed touch, and he turns it over. Enriquez trying to keep possession, and does. Played ahead for Tejada on the turn. Couldn't get on the end of it. Nifty idea, though, from the Panamanian.
Good goalkeeping there from Nick Amateur, coming out nice and quickly, smothering the ball before Tejada could get a foot to it. But now that we're at that 2/3 mark, I'm looking at Colorado Springs Switchbacks and thinking, well, is it time to bring on some fresh legs? And they've got so many nice options on the bench besides the front three.
This comes in field, and Ngando, he couldn't get onto it. Sante set it all up there for the Lights.
Just looking at what's on the bench for Switchback. Zach Zandy can come in and do a job. Matt Real, we've spoken about him. And then, of course, the front three of Foster, Damas, and Yosuke Hanya. If you're the coach, James Chambers, you've got to be thinking, I've got some tired legs out there, especially those who played in the match, like Aiden Roker played on the weekend. Maybe give him a bit of a break. Speedy Williams. Oh, well, there you go. There's some at the bottom of the screen, as we mentioned it. So, yeah, it's about the right time to bring them on, I would think.
Foster and Damas. That'll invoke some fear into the Las Vegas Lights. Kenzie Herman will be exiting. Will also be Jairo Enriquez to come off the field for Damas and Foster. Foster scoring a brace over the weekend. Enriquez comes off. So does Herman, both the goal scorers from tonight. These are Desert Radiology substitutions. It's got to be pretty nice for James Chambers. Take both your goal scorers off and you put on 2 more goal scorers that have been maybe more prolific for you this season.
Well, Ronaldo Damas has been fantastic, but of his 6 goals, 3 of them are penalties. It's not quite as prolific as the numbers might suggest, but Malik Foster, last match against Orange County, I thought he was player of the game. Fantastic aggression, winning the ball, cutting inside, and got 2 wonderful goals as well.
Long over the top. Clementa will see this out of play. Ronaldo Damas, 6 goals so far this year, a couple of braces, both against Rhode Island and El Paso. Now Amater. Or Clementa tries to chip it out towards midfield. It bounces out of play. Howell through the middle. Right off for Tejada. It's moved out wide. Chance to cross. Damas trying to size this one up. There was some contact and a foul. This is how dangerous Ronaldo Damas can be. I mentioned those 2 braces this year. And he's been a prolific goal scorer pretty much every year in the USL Championship.
He's actually a very good header of the ball. There you can see him striking it, and he's a wonderful striker, but also very good in the air. All-round player, Ronaldo Damas. And that's going to be a handful for Las Vegas Lights. Dennis Sanchez saying beforehand that in particular he knows Damas well, knows Malik Foster well, and he knows the capabilities they bring to this match. I just think it's finely balanced. Las Vegas Lights perhaps with the better of the match slightly in terms of chances created, but now with Malik Foster on and Ronaldo Damas, it could swing towards the switchbacks from here on onwards.
Damas with 15 goals last year for San Diego, 18 in 2021 for Orange County, en route to USL Championship title, taking down the Tampa Bay Rowdies that year. Advantage being played. Lacroix comes in fields and cleared away. Lacroix again moves it out wide. And a foul and a free kick coming for the Switchbacks. Hafferty gets caught.
Just think from a Lights point of view, this is one of 3 home games they have. If they can get on a roll here, they've got Memphis at home, then Pittsburgh are really struggling at home, and that could see them fly up the table. You just need to get some momentum going. That would be the perspective of Dennis Sanchez. For James Chambers, he wants to keep his great run going. 6 wins, 2 draws. Even a draw here, I think, would be a decent result for the Switchbacks.
Eden Roca stands over it. The Switchbacks regain the lead. They've led twice tonight. Roca delivers. This is flicked out of play. Should be a corner kick, and it is.
It's a Good free kick, isn't it? It's bending towards goal, it's dropping, it hasn't got much height in it, so there's no way Nick Amateur can come and get the ball. Very, very tricky free kick to deal with.
And Roca again will come over to take the corner kick. Outswinging ball on the way. Put into a good area, but headed clear. Chance to hit from distance, and out of play.
They're not the best of strikes. Fortunately, those boards behind the goals are very big to stop the ball because it was way over the crossbar.
Play it down the line. Pierre back for Herrera. Fjellberg trying to make a move around the corner. Hafferty commits the foul. No yellow card given. Put it back in play quick. Lacroix. And again, taken away, but Asante put his hands to his head right away. Couldn't believe he didn't get that first touch where he wanted it to be. Again, Asante now for Ngando. Fortune. Clementa stepping forward. Nobody stopping the ball as he tries to slide it in for Noel. It runs all the way through for Herrera.
That's a fantastic ball from Clement, and I think Noel wasn't sure it was going to reach him. Instead of just hoping it did, there's a touch there, just came out. In fact, yeah, I was a little bit lucky, I guess, the pass because it got a touch, but Noel a little bit slow to respond to that. Otherwise, he would have been through one-on-one with the keeper.
Flicked forward, Fjellberg bobbled initially. Fjellberg rolls it across and cleared away by Clementa. Corner kick, Colorado Springs. Or pardon me, a throw in on the way.
It really is end-to-end stuff now, isn't it? We just have one exciting situation and one goal, and we're back up the other end of the pitch. It's two teams who play good attacking football, and they're both slugging it out here.
Roca, cross was blocked right off his chest. Played towards the top of the area, Williams, the extra pass, chance to hit, and out of play.
Coa Santos just over. That was a little bit closer. Still not making the goalkeeper work, though.
Substitution coming for Colorado Springs. Fjellberg, his night is over. It is Yosuke Hanya who will enter. Desert Radiology substitution. Another player coming off a brace on loan from Colorado Rapids 2. Product out of Tokyo, Japan. Played his college soccer at UMass.
You've now got both the players who scored a brace against Orange County, and the finishing was just absolutely top class.
13 goals, 10 assists last year for Hanya and MLS Next Pro for Rapids 2. 2 appearances last year for the first team, Colorado Rapids as well. Howell moves it out wide. Hafferty. Gondo trying to roll it across. It deflects out. It's a corner kick coming. First corner kick of the half on the way for Las Vegas after they had 8 in the first half. Sante delivers, back post, Bennett! There was a foul as Damas was doing the dirty work in there. Go back to the Switchbacks.
Damas, as we said, is a good header of the ball, back defending, gets up high for a guy who hasn't got the same height, but he got a good spring.
Sub on the way. Charlie Adams is entering for Corey Bennett, who played a nice 70 minutes tonight, including nearly scoring this one before eventually would score his penalty.
Just off the post there, and it rolls right across the goal and tucks in that penalty. And by the way, he won the penalty as well. So really good game from Corey Bennett.
Now it is Adams on, Bennett off, and Desert Radiology substitution. 4th sub of the game for Dennis Sanchez in Las Vegas. One more to use in that final window.
I just wonder with Charlie Adams being more sort of midfield minded, whether they'll push Noel up front and play with that false 9.
Amateur gets it away.
In fact, that's what they've done straight away. They've put Valentin Noel up in the middle with Solo Asante left and Coleman Gannon right. So small guys, but very good footballers, very tricky players. They might not score from headers, but they can certainly create opportunities for Las Vegas Lights.
Put out of play. Well, who would have thought? 4 goals in the first half and still nothing in this second half.
Yeah, stand by. There could be some drama yet to come.
Adams. Sante looking in field for Ngondo. Adams. Ngondo again. Now Clementa. Trying to roll it through the lines. Nearly got it to Asante. He seems to be the target man at the moment for the Lights. Hafferty steps around another challenge. Finds Ngondo, who was not quick enough, but it works out anyway. Asante. Here's Valentin Noel. Flag is up for offside. It wasn't turned in anyway. The flag would have stopped any further progress.
There's those 3 again. We're just talking about them, how good they can be when they get going. Asante, Noel, and Gannon. And although it is offside, he's got to hold his line there, Valentin Noel. He can see down the line. He was just over anxious. Wasn't offside by much. And Gannon was very close to scoring, but the 3 of them, 3 very good footballing, attacking players.
Howell. Ngondo racing forward. Ngondo keeps it in play, cuts it back. This one stays out somehow. Gannon for Hafferty, deflecting out of play. It was so close to that goal line, and it just didn't sneak over the line.
It didn't. Ngondo doing so well on this left-hand side, gets it back to Asante, and Asante has the shot there. It's blocked by one of the defenders on the line. Brilliant, but I think it's Duke Lacroix, is it? Yeah, Duke Lacroix just gets some sort of foot to it. So close.
Asante back in. Out of the way by Damus. Again, Ngando. Right at Koa Santos. Santos this time wins the battle. And a corner kick going to the lights. They have all the momentum at the moment.
They certainly do. And let's go back to what Dennis Sanchez says. He says, when we got momentum going forward, we have to get wins. And that's what they're going to do now. They've got just under 15 minutes to turn what's been a decent performance into 3 valuable points and a playoff position in the table in the West.
Adams. And a stoppage here. There must have been a foul in the middle. It's a cheap one to give away if you're Las Vegas. The message from Dennis Sanchez has been, well, we've had the performances, now we need to turn them into results. He's liked the performances over the last 4 to 6 games. And he made a good point. They had a tough stretch against a lot of really, really good teams. And to go on the road to Tampa Bay, they played Phoenix, they played Louisville, they played San Antonio, they played LAFC, they played New Mexico, they played Charleston. Is that enough for you?
Wow.
So they're just coming out on the end of that, and not to say that there's many easy games in this league, but they beat a team who they should in Miami FC. And a good road point against Loudoun. I think this would be another good result if they can get one here tonight.
And as mentioned, they have the 2 home matches after this as well. Memphis and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh in particular struggling. As I get the sense that Las Vegas Lights are on the verge of really proving that they're a decent team and getting into a solid playoff position and staying there.
Hafferty racing forward, has Noel centrally. Hafferty might take it himself. He went to ground, he fell down on his own. Challenge put in by Nigro, out for a throw-in. And right now it's just coming down to execution in each box. Tejada able to lift in the cross. It's too close to Amateur.
The idea was good to try and find Ronaldo Damas, but you can't put that much height on a cross. Goalkeeper will come and catch it every single time. You do sense with Malik Foster on there, the energy, Hanya, and Ronaldo Damas, all of a sudden there's a bit more of a spring in the step of the Switchbacks attack.
Foster's doing some hard running and he's saying, I need some help. Another long switch. Great first touch by Coleman Gannon. Gannon, it's saved. The rebound to Asante, it's a tap-in. Valentin Noel gives Las Vegas their first lead of the night. It's 3-2 Lights.
Yeah, good play from Asante there after the shot was blocked by the goalkeeper. Asante just squares it. He's aware of exactly where Valentin Noel was, got it to him. And Valentin Noel, he's pointing to Asante saying he's the man. He's the one who saw what was happening. But Nigro with a lovely switch. Let's start by giving Nigro credit. Great first touch from Gannon. He comes in, he gets the shot off. Goalkeeper makes a good save. But straight away, Asante is aware of where Valentin Noel was, gets the ball to him. Just wonder if the big goalkeeper could push that out for a corner as opposed to back into traffic, but take nothing away. The shot was a good one coming from Coleman Gannon. And we mentioned those 3 up front, and the 3 of them have combined to put Las Vegas Lights in the lead.
Valentin Noel with his 7th goal this season. Lights goal sponsored by America First Credit Union. That is now 2 games in a row with an assist for Solomon Asante. The poise for Asante just to calmly slot it across and have Noel have a tap in. That is the sign of a veteran player there. And Asante, one of the best to ever do it in this league.
I think that's something that makes him one of the best that's ever played in the USL. It's just an awareness, the ability to read the game and to control the ball immediately and play it. And he has all of those skills in abundance, does Solo Asante.
Trying to touch this around the corner. It's a foul. And a yellow card might be coming along with this. It is indeed a yellow card and a free kick on the way for the Switchbacks.
Yep, very late. Definitely a yellow card. Malik Foster, his pace is proving too much, as it did in the previous match for Orange County when he scored the 2 goals.
One Malik beats another. Howell into the book. Well, all of a sudden, the Switchbacks find themselves behind. They have not trailed in this game tonight. They scored to go up 1-0 and then 2-1. It's 2 unanswered for the Lights. Roca trying to answer back for the Switchbacks on the set piece. Roca couldn't get it by the first man. Williams, not a good enough first touch to go for goal. Instead, he has to turn it back. And all the way back to Herrera.
We're just looking at the live table now. Las Vegas Lights in a playoff position. And that is, if this result stays, and it's a big if, be great credit to Dennis Sanchez and Jose Bautista and everybody else involved at Las Vegas to turn around a team that last year were frankly very poor into a playoff side.
You look up and down this roster, there's experience in the USL. There's a few new young players like Howell, like Sean Smart, who got the start tonight. And Valentin Noel, Corey Bennett, players that made the jump up from Next Pro or League One. Coleman Gannon as well. Columbus Crew 2.
He's just 21 years of age, Coleman Gannon. You wouldn't believe that he's still a youngster as such.
Subs coming. It is Fabian Garcia coming in for JC Ngando, and just saw Juan Tejada run off the field. He'll be coming off. These subs presented by Desert Radiology. Ngando, a good game for him tonight. It is Matt Real who enters. I mentioned the stat in the first half when he has played. Colorado Springs, 6 wins and a draw. So now the mindset probably has to go to, they got to find something out of this game.
No pressure, Matt.
Maloney from Philadelphia Union. Plenty of connections between these two clubs, or those two clubs.
By the way, well done, JC Ngando. Thought he's had a really, really good match. Was at fault for the opening goal, trying to play out the back to Valentin Noel, didn't find him, and that turned over and ended up with the ball in the back of the net. But other than that, I thought he's been really superb, and he's pushed forward, especially in the second half, and created a whole bunch of little half chances.
Those are the third and final substitution windows for both teams. Cross lifted in, going down to the box is Damas. Referee had a good look at it. No whistle, play on. As we have 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go tonight from Las Vegas. Referee thought about it, but no whistle. James Chambers expressing his displeasure with the fourth official. Gonna play it out wide. Here come the Lights, putting this right across. And rolling out of play. Nigro is just waiting for a touch at that back post. I guess that's what happens when you don't have a true 9 on the field.
Nigro doing so well on the left-hand side, but Solo Asante, again, what a lovely bit of skill to turn, put him through. And Valentin Noel at the far post here was hovering, but it was just way too close to the goalkeeper, that cross. Oh, Sante again.
Minnesante, maybe numbers on for Las Vegas. Tries to drop it off for Noel, and it just didn't quite get there. Creativity being shown again by Asante. Malik Foster motoring ahead. Foster lays it off, and this shot well out of play. It is out of Cashman Field.
Matt Real trying all on his own there to get the point and not to lose the unbeaten record that he's got. And that one nowhere near. Seems like a card has been shown to the bench of Colorado Springs.
Looked like that was Alan McCann who picked up the yellow card, one of these assistants for dissent. Played down the line, Noel looking in fields. Hafferty. Now Dennis Sanchez wanting a whistle, didn't come. Play this downfield. Couple minutes to go. Speedy Williams looking over the top. Howell up to meet it. Down for Foster. Cross deflected. It runs out of play. It's a corner kick. Switchbacks taking it quick. Or at least wanting to. Now they'll take their time as Roca comes over. 15 shots to 12 in this game as it's played quick. The cross comes in and the header's in the corner! Who else but Ronaldo Damas? Another equalizer, and the Switchbacks are level.
That is such a good header from Ronaldo Damas, and such a good ball in as well from that short corner. They'll be fuming, Las Vegas Lights. It's a set piece. You've got to mark up. You've got to make sure that they can't get an easy cross in, but take nothing away from the header. Look there. You've got to be a little bit tighter there. Coa Santos puts that ball in. But what a good header. And it doesn't have to get up high either. It sort of has to go down to make that header. But the position, the angle gets past Nick Amateur before the goalkeeper can even move. Good finish from Ronaldo Damas. And although Matt Real hasn't been involved in the goal, it looks like his record of never being on the losing side could continue.
Damas, another goal. It's his 7th on the season for the Switchbacks. Who says there isn't another goal left in this game? The long. And this will be a foul and a free kick coming for Las Vegas.
I'll just go back to what Dennis Sanchez said to us after the Loudoun game. He said, we need to be more disciplined defensively. That short corner was a classic example of not picking up, of not, of allowing a cross in from an angle that's going to give you a problem. It's the stuff that you should be able to stop from happening, and Dennis Sanchez will not be happy about that. Crucial points dropped here for Las Vegas Lights if this result holds.
Adams is standing over it. Adams to the end line and nodded out of play. Nothing doing. Well, the USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings, including tomorrow night. It will be Pittsburgh and Louisville. It'll be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS Sports Network from one of the best settings in the USL Championship in Highmark Stadium. Switch of play for Foster. Comes out for Santos. Foster. Cut back for Lacroix. Lacroix trying to come through. Blocked down by Nigro. Ahead for Joe Hafferty. A square ball for Charlie Adams, and now Solomon Asante. Asante trying to get the cross in. He'll get another chance. Again, Asante showing the moves. Adams tries to fire it into a dangerous area, again deflected. Damas, the substitute, showing those fresh legs. And his cross will funnel back to Nick Amateur. Remember, Colorado Springs riding a they're 6-0-2 in their last 8 games. That's 8 games unbeaten. I'm trying to keep that going tonight. It looked like they were in a losing position a few minutes ago before the equalizer. Might be again. Here's Coleman Gannon. Gannon going for the corner. It's saved and pushed away. Flag up for offside. Gannon nearly for the lights.
Gannon so good there, and a solid save from Christian Herrera. Could only assume that Noel was in an offside position when that shot was taken. But Coleman Gannon now, that's a couple of times they've allowed him inside on his left foot. He's such a good striker. Yeah, Valentin Noel in an offside position. Christian Herrera probably a little bit lucky because, mind you, he is stretching, but he nearly puts it on a plate for Valentin Noel. To be fair to the big keeper, it was a decent save because he was at full stretch.
About a minute to go. Nigro couldn't get around the challenge of Koa Santos. Just looking to play it through the middle. It's too strong. You look at this game in the first half, you say, well, Colorado Springs probably should be the team to take away 3 points. Look at it in the second half, you say, well, Las Vegas, they might be the ones that should have done it. So maybe a draw is good enough for both teams at the end of this one.
And I think both teams will take something out of it. Las Vegas Lights will say we took on the form side and got a draw. Colorado Springs will say we were 3-2 down and we hung in there and we got a draw. So at the end of the day, if this result holds on as even, and for the neutral, it's been a cracking match, 3-3. 6 goals in this match, 6 goals in Colorado Springs' last match, a 4-2 win against Orange County. They're really serving up some good games at the moment, are the Switchbacks.
One more chance, lifted in. Nearly fell for Damas. This is going to be a taxing game for a midweek game especially. It's been up and down all night long. Time for the ice baths tomorrow. Gannon, yet we play on. Fortune, Asante trying to slide it through, couldn't connect with Coleman Gannon. And that is it. No one gets the 3 points. Both teams score 3 goals. And it's a point apiece between Colorado Springs and Las Vegas tonight. What a match.
Oh, brilliant match for the neutrals. Absolutely stunning. Well done to both sides. Positive football, great attitude. They both went for the win. They provided us with loads of exciting moments. No doubt when they get the video, both sides will look at it and say, well, some poor defending, especially Las Vegas Lights. Amateur with the second goal, perhaps. The third goal from a short corner. But in the end, just a brilliant game to enjoy.
Tonight's hardest working man of the match is brought to you by Laborers International, the hardest working guys in Vegas. And well, he came onto the field and really changed the game for Las Vegas.
Oh, he had some brilliant moments. Besides the assist for the Valentin Noel goal, a couple of other good moves. On his day, he can be such a brilliant player.
Save of the Game is brought to you by Nevada Donor Network. Remember, you can save a life at registerme.org. And not a whole lot of dangerous chances in this game, but Nicholas Amateur coming up with this one here. Wasn't quite the Loudon game from Friday.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. A couple of question marks about the goalkeeper, but again, against Loudon, he was just out of this world. So I guess you can't be brilliant every single game.
Well, tonight, 3 goals to each side. What a game this was. Full time, Las Vegas 3, Colorado Springs 3. We'll come back and wrap it up after this.
For over 85 years, Labor's Local 872 and Las Vegas have teamed up to change the world of entertainment, sports, and economic development. Labor's Local 872 is a proud member of Team Vegas. From 1937 to today, Local 872 has been moving Las Vegas forward. Our members built the Hoover Dam Extension Bridge, finished City Center, expanded our roads, and made Vegas the biggest stage in sports. Vegas is ready. It's game time.
At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we'll be by your side through every moment of life's journey, from big life changes to small celebrations and everything in between, because we prioritize people over profit. Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
Mi raza bonita, desde 1991 hemos compartido nuestras tradiciones mexicanas. Desde muy temprano, nuestros panaderos empiezan a elaborar los bolillos y el pan dulce. Y las tortillas todos los días salen calientitas. Le digo algo, mi raza bonita, lo que está hecho en la bonita, está hecho en Las Vegas.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by America First Credit Union, by Desert Radiology, and US Bank. So Switchback fans making the trip here to Las Vegas tonight and able to watch a thrilling match that finishes 3-3 tonight at Cashman Field. Time to take a look at tonight's highlights. They are brought to you by Great Clips and plenty of goals to show you. We start early on, and this is not one to remember for Las Vegas.
Yeah, they gave away some bad goals here, Las Vegas. And Gundo trying to play out the back, and the ball goes to Speedy Williams, who just squares it to Kenzie Arman, and he tucks it in that near corner. It was just a very good start for Colorado Springs. They were on the front foot, and then there was an equalizer where Christian Pinzona here gets the ball across, and Joe Hafferty just gets a touch, and it sort of squeezes past all the defenders in blue. Hafferty pounces on it, and that was a level at 1-1.
There would be a response about 3 minutes later, and this is a questionable one from the goalkeeper, Nick Amateur.
Yeah, Jairo Enriquez does well to win the ball on the halfway line, runs 30 yards, and then hits it into what seems like an empty half of the goal. The goalkeeper on the far side of his goal as opposed to the near side, and tucks it in, and suddenly the visitors are ahead. But then just before halftime, Corey Bennett wins it. It knocks against the arm of Kenzie Arman. It's a penalty. Bennett steps up, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and at halftime it's 2-2.
Corey Bennett gets his goal, and then it took a while to find another one. 80th minute, It's this front line connecting for Las Vegas.
Coleman Gannon with a good shot saved by Herrera comes out to Asante, and straight away he just knows exactly where Valentin Noel is as the ball comes to Asante. First time, square, back of the net. Simple, they're ahead and on the verge of winning, but short corner. Come on, guys, pick up at a short corner. Ball gets whipped in. Asante gets free of his marker, whoever the marker was, and that will not please coach Dennis Sanchez. I felt all 3 goals they conceded they could have done better on, but in the end of the day, it's a point against high-flying Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
The US Bank match stats. A lot of shots in this game. Not a ton on target, but probably a draw is fair in this game.
Yeah, probably. It just felt Las Vegas Lights had a chance to win it, but that's been the story, Dennis Sanchez, of the season, where they haven't been able to clinch it. Colorado Springs once again scoring goals, fighting back. They were down against Orange County and won it. They're down against Las Vegas to get a draw. Credit to James Chambers and his team. They're in great form at the moment.
Vegas now unbeaten in their last 4 games, their longest unbeaten streak since 2023 early on in the season. Well, that'll do it for our coverage tonight from Las Vegas. A thrilling match to open up Week 16 in the USL Championship. For our entire crew, broadcast partner Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. Watch CBS Sports Network tomorrow night at 7:30. Good night from Vegas.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.